What's going on, fellas? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Market's about to open up here in about a minute. Looking at the ES very quickly. We're just going to kind of, see how the market wants to open up. Right now, the ES is trading below, ES is trading below the 200. However, we're over the 20 SMA. So again, a little slight decline from yesterday's kind of close, but let's see, exactly where we finish up. Let's get at least the first 5-minute candle to kind of close before we make any kind of drastic moves. Getting a nice little aggressive pullback here below the 20 SMA. However, our two moving averages are stacked, so they're relatively flat. Let's look for some confirmation here on the next candle on the NQ as well as the ES. Aaron, what's going on, buddy? What happened? Kind of an aggressive little washout here on Tesla. Let's see what Tesla wants to do. Hourly chart came down to the 20 SMA on Tesla. What I want to see on Tesla is a break over 258 to the long side. Now, if we lose this hour 20 SMA on Tesla in the first 30 minutes of the market open, that'll be that opening range, and then we confirm that at the top of the hour, which is 7 a.m. for me. So I would look for the short position there. I'm not going to really, jump into any short position when we're trading over the 20 and the 200 on the 1 hour time frame. I'll let this pull back, and then, for my shorts, I want to see the confirmation. As far as the longs, we still have to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt. So I'll give them the first 30 minutes. Let's see, can we hold this area? What do the bulls want to do, guys, watch NVIDIA. 486.20 on the video. 486.20. Oh, got you, Aaron. So NVIDIA is losing its pre-market lows. So again, we might have a little bit of a short setup here on NVIDIA as well. So we've lost those pre-market lows. We've put in our initial low, 482. We can do one of two things, guys. If you guys want to be an aggressive scalper, if we confirm this 20 SMA play to the short side, you can definitely take it. Or you can wait for the first 30 minutes to kind of close and then see what that low is, and then if we get confirmation at the top of the hour, we can do that. Aggressive price action, to say the least here, at least at the open. Candles are moving pretty quickly. Same thing with Tesla, guys. Same thing with Tesla. NQ setting up this 5-minute 20 SMA play here. If it confirms, you know, it might be worth a little bit of a shot. The market wants to pull back a little bit. So if we notice on the NQ, we're right at this bottom channel here on the linear regression. Guys, if we can confirm this and we can lose the linear regression, might be worth a little bit of a scalp. Again, you know, we're not going to use this bar as a stop loss. It's too big, okay? So on the NQ, it's way too big. The range, you know, from 504 all the way down to 468, that's way too big. We'll probably cut that bar down in half and, you know, maybe do, here's a confirmation here. We might use the Bollinger Band or the 5 SMA as a stop loss. Let's see here. Is anyone interested in taking that NQ short? Again, on the quick plays like this, we'll look for like 15, 20 points. We don't really want to get too carried away. Trying to hold, you know, too much, especially on the first move. Addy's puts on SPY and Tesla paid. Yeah, here's what I'm gonna do, guys. Here's what I'm gonna do. This is my game plan again. My game plan, because I did have a little bit more of a long bias today. Beautiful putts. I had a little bit more of a long bias today. I'm gonna wait the first 30 minutes for any short. That's me personally. Only reason being is because we were over the daily supply zones, right? So I'm going to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to see, you know, is this just an early opening bell washout? And then we're going to kind of catch support and go red to green. I really love those moves. But again, my game plan on the longs will change at the top of the hour, which is for me in California, 7 a.m. If that 7 a.m. candle opens up, we can't really start taking out the highs or the pivots from yesterday. Then I will look for the short position through the opening candles, the opening hourly candles low. That's going to be my game plan. So like if we kind of notice here on the NQ, we had a little bit of a washout, but we came right into this Bollinger Band as well as the 150-day simple moving average. Can you guys, you know, just, if you guys just kind of notice the chart, this yellow line here, okay? This yellow line is the 150 simple. Notice how we pulled back into it. We got a Bollinger Band sitting here, and then we kind of snapped back, right? So as of right now, we're stuck in between this range, right? The range from the overnight session here. And we got the 20 and 50 here. We've got the 150 here. Again, big range, enough range to trade if we're going to play like a smaller time frame, like the 2-minute or the 5-minute. We could definitely catch something in between that range. It's just we're not going to have that kind of all day follow through until we break above or below. And for me on the shorts, I would prefer if we broke below this short here and then take it, because then now I know we've got a lot of space. Look at the humongous air gap here that can get filled down. I'm just a little bit more confident in that. Tesla was a nice washout off the open. I mean, you know, unless you were swinging, unless you were swinging something overnight on let's say for example Tesla. Kind of hard to chase that move. So Aaron, what are you watching today? You're going to be trading MES today. Um, do you have some levels, some key areas that you're looking at? I would look for a confirmation at the top of the hour through the 200, through that 200 SMA. So we've broken the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. Aaron, if we can confirm the hour lows, take that short. Again, do your own due diligence, but 44.74 would be your measured potential there. That price now is like 44.82. If we can confirm 44.82 at the top of the hour, might be worth a little bit of a short position. But as of right now, if you really kind of look at the big overview here, the 200 is pretty strong area of, you know, resistance and support. So again, being that this is the first time we've tagged that 200, I would expect the bounce. This is where, you know, the bulls are really going to show what they're, yeah, 44.82. Yeah, 44.82, Aaron, is support. So this is where the bulls are really going to need to show, you know, where the bulls are really going to need to show if they're going to be able to hold their lunch, right? If they start to give up 44.82 on the ES, that's a good breakdown there. So that's a level we could look at to the short side. We just got to be patient. Same thing on the NQ. It's just, you know, it's not the 200. It would be the 150 simple, but we would be looking for something like 15.459 potential short there. 15.459 on the NQ. Again, you know, it's kind of getting sucked back up here, so we could still potentially go red to green. Guys, let's watch Amazon. Amazon 136.85. 136.85 on Amazon, guys. 136.85 is going to be taking out the 1 hour 20 SMA here, with a lot of potential to 137.40. So we could potentially capture 75.80 cents there. We got the numbers. Andre's on the numbers here. He's going to be reading them to us live in real time. Oh boy, Andre, get on that. 136.85 on Amazon. I'll tell you this, guys, with the numbers coming out, if you have a specific level you're watching and these numbers come out and it breaks through that level and you hesitate and you don't take the trade and it's going in your favor, do not start asking yourself or anyone else, what should I do? And it's 5 minutes later and it's broken that price action. Have your levels set up now, you know, understand where your supply and demands are. If you get the confirmation, you know, what's the worst that can happen, right? You get stopped out. Okay, oh well. What's the big deal? You know, hesitation is a big downfall. I'll be interested in Amazon's. If anyone else wants to put eyes on Amazon with me over the pre-market highs, when at 136.80s. Apple was a nice flush through pre-market lows, 188 all the way down to 187. That was a $1 decline on Apple. Huh. Apple might be another Apple might be another spot to start looking at through 187, 186.80s. That's right back down to its 50-day moving average. So if Apple gives that up, it's got room down to 184. Now, obviously not today, right? Like it's not going to go down 5 points unless today is crazy, but it'll have potential for that kind of continuation move down into its next support at around 184. It looked really good long too. That's kind of a bummer. So yeah, let's keep an eye on Apple too, guys, below that 50-day moving average and confirming the opening range hour candle here. I think they're going to take the range out of all this stuff right now. Guys, I'll be looking for a 20 play here on the NQ long. especially with the numbers coming. If we can get a little bit of juice here over 15,507, I feel like 15,507 I've talked about multiple times. So like you kind of have that muscle memory sometimes, you know, 15,507. I feel like that level, I mean, anyways, 15,507 would be confirming this 20 SMA play to the long side here. Let's keep an eye on that. It's also the 20 and 50 SMA right around the area. I'm gonna take that long there. I'm gonna sit long on this NQ. Again, I know we've got those numbers and this could be a disaster, but you know, I got to play the charts, right? I gotta play the charts. This will probably be a quick in and out for me. What time were those numbers coming out? Are they coming out at 6:45 or 7 a.m.? What did Andre say? So the numbers already came out. Yeah. Yeah, guys, let's watch the lows on ES as well. That 44.82 area. Again, you know, I'm going to be jumping from chart to chart here, so I don't expect you guys to like try to keep up with what's he looking at on this one? What's he looking at on this one? Don't get into that habit, right? Don't get into that habit. If you trade ES, you're looking at a specific level here. It's the 44.82 short, okay? If you're looking for ES. If we're looking for a long, we've got work to do. Let's kind of hang tight on the long. We've got work to do on that. Now that NQ confirmed for me and immediately, you know, pulled me back down, right? So this is going to stop me out here, and it's probably going to be a decent sized little loss here on the NQ. Again, why did I take the NQ? Set us up here over this 200, over the 20, had airspace, quickly wicked above, and then immediately just pulled back. So what am I going to do? You know, there's nothing I can do about it. Let me just let it continue to play out here. If we start taking out the lows, I'm going to have to get out. The Amazon I like long. The Tesla did its initial washout here. It's confirming to the downside. Jeez, anyone short Tesla? That was a good move through the linear regression. 254. It's trading at 250. Fuck, I missed that shit. Fuck, was anyone on Tesla short, you know? Besides Addy, I know he swung it. Fuck, this thing came all the way down to the 100 EMA. $249.66 is support on Tesla. I guess if we get a confirmation through these first hour lows, we do have more potential down to around 246, another $3. That would kind of take Tesla down to its bottom of its daily range. You know, it'd be back down around 9-10 points. We're losing that level. We're washing out pretty good here on Tesla. Let's keep an eye on Meta too, below first hour lows. Let's keep an eye on Meta below the first hour lows. Looks good. Or no, this is NVIDIA. Excuse me. Excuse me. NVIDIA through the first hour lows. Nvidia has room to 474. Meta needs to lose 298.97. I'm still in this long on the NQ, guys. But again, yeah, I am down on it, so. Is there any news on Tesla? Jeez, Tesla's gone. This thing's going to 246, guys. Is it? Did anyone get short on Tesla? What the hell happened to this stock? Fuck me. $246 is potential. Is there any news on Tesla? What the hell happened to this thing? Yeah, Putz, you had the shorts, right? That thing, I mean, let's look at the 5 minute, right? Like that thing just washed. When did you get in? Did you get in on the opening 5 minute candle? Putz, you get in on the opening 5 minute candle? That's a good move. Yeah. I mean, even if I was to look at a 2 minute, right? Like, if I look at the 2 minute candle, it's all red, Putz. So look at the short on the you got in on an opening 5 minute candle. Well, this is a great play. This is a hell of a play here. So you're fucking delays, huh? Fucking little hit piece. Fucking Business Insider. What the fuck do they know? You got in right here in this area. We kind of put in that drop. Notice like the green and the blue line. This is a 5. This is a 10. Even when we consolidated, we started to come back up. This is what starts to scare people. So maybe you got out right in here. But again, anytime we're scalping 2 minute or 5 minute, if you're below the 5 and the 10-day moving average, it's probably just best to kind of hold it until we close over the 10. You know, just hold it until we get over the 10. You know, unless it does this, right, where you're in at like 252 and we're trading at 249. I mean, it's $3. That's a hell of a move. But that was a good move. They're talking about he borrowed 1 billion from SpaceX to buy Twitter. That's new. That's the new news. Thought he already took money to buy Twitter. Took more money. Guys, my NQ's coming back here. NQ's coming back, guys. $12 ago. Huh. My NQ's coming back, guys. So I can give you guys an example of like a mental example, like an emotional example, right? This is the NQ. This is a 5 minute chart. Okay. This is my reason why candle, right? Like, why do I want to get into the trade? I want to get in here, right? I want to get in here. This is where I want to get into the candle. Or I don't, not this particular candle, but this is why I want to enter in long, right? We close over the 20. We take out kind of, you know, 200. So here's my pivot, right? So what am I looking for? I'm looking for that to get broken on the next candle, right? So we confirm, I jump long, right? Market says not so fast, pulls all the way back, right? So I'm in 5 micro contracts. I'm in 5 micro contracts here. It pulls all the way back. I was down 300. and like $60. I don't know, something like that. It was like 350, 360. But it never lost the lows or never took out my 1 bar stop. So that's on 5 micros. That's gonna paint a little bit of picture for you. Now I can still get stopped out 100%, but it came back and now I'm only down $100, right? And when it got back up here, I was only down like 12. But you know, I'm not saying that this is gonna work out. But again, you know, I mean, what am I gonna do, right? Like I've got to hold it. Like this is my stop under here. This is my stop. So if I'm using a 1 bar stop system, this is where I have to get out of the trade. You know, it can stop me out, but it's the name of the game. What color line? The yellow one? The yellow is the 200. So this line up here, this is a 200. This is right, but this is my Bollinger Band here. This is my 200. Yeah, it's the 200. So the colors will be the same on every chart, whether I'm looking at the hourly, 5 or 2. But yeah, the ones that I'm really gonna focus on is gonna be like the yellow. I'll focus on the red. I'll focus on the blue, green, and purple. Those are like my main 5. Everything else I'll kind of just like use as a gauge, right? But I really look for a lot of reaction around the yellow and a lot of reaction around the purple. Purple's a little hard to see right now. But if I really, let me kind of just make this bigger, right? So maybe if I do that. Oh, it didn't really help much. But the purple would be my 20. So I'm always kind of looking, it's very hard to see now. Everything's so stacked on top of each other. Like I really have no interest trading in here, right? I have no interest trading in here. It's just too much shit going on. I want to get outside. I want to get outside, whether it's to the downside or to the top side. I want to be outside of that. So Amazon's running. Good, you took the Amazon. Beautiful. Anyone else take the Amazon, guys? Hell of a move. Anyone else take the Amazon? Are you in a runner still? Do you still have a runner? Amazon on a daily chart looks good too. It looks like we got some space on a daily chart. I'll pull the daily chart up for you guys in a minute here. But it looks good as well. How many contracts did you take? Yeah, green is green. I hear that. Good job, man. Nice trade. ES and the NQ are kind of flagging guys on a 5-minute time frame to the downside. See if we can get the confirmation through the lows. Putz, you played Amazon as well. Were you green? Putz, were you green on Amazon? So guys, new hour candle is going to start forming here. Briefly, you took a little loss on that. Whoa. Let's look at the confirmation. through the lows here, guys. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. There's a confirmation through the lows, guys. I've got to get the fuck out of this I've got to get the fuck out of this short. Son of a, or that long. Son of a bitch. I took a nice hit on this NQ long, guys. Took a nice little hit there. But now we're below the opening range lows here. We've confirmed the bottom channel here. We can try to battle back. I took a nice little loss on that. So for anyone who was kind of sitting on the lows, shit, did you guys say that candle opened up aggressively? Wow. In short here. Guys, that candle opened up aggressively. So notice on the NQ, we took out that 150, right? We were talking about the 150. If anyone was sitting on it, did anyone sit on that? I know we spoke about it, right? We spoke about it. Did anyone sit on that 150 here, the first hour lows? Did anyone take that? Yeah, good sellout, right? Like that's the thing, you know, we got to take profits when we get it. Shit, that was a nasty pull there. The NQ, guys, through that 15.5, like 15.450s, right? It's right here in this. Anyone take that? It's a 10-point drop so far. And the ES, what was that level we were talking about? We were talking about the 82s. Did anyone take the 82s on the ES? Anyone take the 82s on the ES, guys? 4 points so far, 4 points. It's got potential to 75. Again, we don't have to. Wow. Did anyone take the loss of the 200, guys? I know we spoke about that. Anyone take the loss of the 200? Holy shit. What is NVIDIA doing, guys? Anyone take the first hour lows on NVIDIA? Complete wipeout here. It's down to our measured potential. Complete wipeout here. Jeez. Guys, anyone take the confirmation on NVIDIA? If you did, if anyone took first hour lows, put the ticker symbol in chat so we can kind of see what our potential is. Beautiful, Marv. Yeah, hold the runners, Marv. Hold the runners. Nice move. Nice move. Let's find an area of a stop. Maybe break even. Good job, Shep. Shep asking if anyone listened to his spy that level he put in there. Yeah, that was a good break. Depends on how much you want to let it wiggle, right? How much you want to let it wiggle. I'd probably if I were you, I'd probably sell one more and hold one runner to break even. I kind of lock in those gains. I wouldn't want to give back like 20 points, 25 points on two runners. Again, let's see if we can push down here. 15.418, 15.418. But yeah, we're getting the break. Kind of hold the runner right now. Like this is the most important time where you want to manage your position. When you're up like this and it's like really trying to tread and break new lows, really manage it, right? Like we don't want to give back 20, 25 points on a stop out and just say, hey, well, the runners, let's fucking maximize the profit we can get. And then let's take it down to 1 and then actually like let that 1 go to break even. We got the breakdown here, 410s, guys. Again, yes, really manage this thing right now. Take some profits, you know, like if you see like an aggressive wick, I might just get out, but on the one and then hold one to break even. But as long as we keep punching in this candle, I'm looking at the 2 minute for you right now because I'm also short on this as well. You want to really fucking manage this thing where you want to like squeeze. Okay, you're going to bounce up on me 20 points. I'm out, right? Like I'm out. Recovering some of those gains back. I'm going to take a $400 win here, close to it. Let's see if he wants to work for me a little bit more. Come on, baby. Come on. Anyone else take any options? Anyone else take any options below first hour low? Jeez, the Apple got destroyed. Look at Apple through the first hour lows, guys. 186.47s, what we're talking about. 184.40s. Holy shit, Apple got destroyed. What the fuck's my Nvidia doing? Look at Nvidia. 477 trading at 469. Beautiful move from the opening range here, guys. Anyone notice that 1 hour candle? Look at the 1 hour candle, guys. That's, you guys can literally make a fucking living trading, you know, the opening hour lows, highs. Do we have space? Yes, no. Is it confirming at the top of the hour? Sit on your freaking hands and wait for the first hour to get confirmed, right? I think it was last week or the week before. Literally, me and Andre, we were kind of like piggybacking, playing the same stocks, but I think, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, we just literally waited for everything to confirm the first hour highs and lows and looked for the ones with the most potential, like who has the most space if they confirm, and just rocked that approach, and it paid all week. But again, if some of you guys are a little bit hesitant about playing, you know, the first 5 minutes, first 10 minutes, forget about it. Just let the opening candle close, which is 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes of the open. So at the top of the hour, so if you're Eastern time, you know, that 10 a.m. candle, right? That 10 a.m. candle, if you're on the Pacific, it's going to be 7 a.m. If it confirms, boom, jump it, right? Jump it. Marv, you still 13 points on MNQ breakdown needed. Yeah. So Cody, did you take multiple contracts? Did you take multiple contracts? This Nvidia, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. Boom, 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 boom. Hell of a fucking win. Anyone take the Nvidia with me, guys? You guys left me by myself out here. Sweet fucking move. Cody, 13 points is good, but how many contracts did you take? How many contracts did you take? So NQ sitting right at an hourly support. It came down and it tagged the 200 EMA. Okay, so it tagged the 200 EMA. That level is holding, right? If we want to see any more continuation on the shorts, if we're playing on the option side, the NQ needs to give up the 200 EMA, 387. Okay, if we give up 387.5, yeah. So look at, in that particular case, when you snatch those profits, so like when you snatched your 13, sell 3. Okay, just sell 3. Boom, lock it in. Going with the mindset, these last two, they're going to be 0, like break even, and then hold them, right? And if you get 20, sell one more. And if you get 25, sell another one. You can start off practicing that. Just if I take 5, when I want to take my profits, sell 3. I buy 5, short, long, I don't care. I buy 5. I want to take profits, sell 3. The last 2 runners until break even. You get another 5 points, sell another. You get another 5 points, sell another. Now instead of 13 points, you took like 23. That'll kind of help you like train versus like, well, I'm just going to hold these runners. I don't really know how much I want to make on them or how far I can go. You know, am I looking for 50 points? You know, am I looking for another 5? Just get into a habit of a little smaller increment. So buy 5, you know, buy 10, 15 points, sell 3, another 5 points down, sell another 1, another 4 or 5 points down, sell another one. That'll help you try to capture an additional 10 points from where you're normally taking profits now. That'll help you. That'll help you. Anyone still in NQ short? Is anyone still in NQ short? Yeah, so Cody, the best way to play it, you know, is just feeling. It's just a feel, right? So practice that your next 5-10 trades. When I feel like I want to take profits, I'm just going to sell whatever half I have. The rest of them, I'll just consider them. I've already sold out of everything anyways, right? Because you're going to do it anyways, right? So hold the other 2 and just try to capture another 5 points. See if it gets another 5. And then like you can kind of get to a point where, you know, over 10, 20, 25 trades, you know, you're kind of holding a little bit longer on that last one. Next thing you know, hell, shit, sometimes this things just go all day and you're like sitting in it with one contract up 50 points from entry. $15,373 on the NQ. 15,373, 373, 373, 373. We got a little bit of support at 373. So yeah, so that would be an overshoot then. So on, okay, if you're looking at the 4 hour, good to know. That would be an overshoot of my 200 EMA, just shy of my linear regression. So if anyone's looking at my chart, what Marv's talking about is we've got 4 hour support somewhere around here. So what I would like, how I interpret that, right? Because, you know, I'm stupid. I just like things simple. I'm going to say, if the NQ loses a 200 EMA and it overshoots it down halfway into the middle of the range, I'll get out, right? I'll get out. It has potential on the hourly to 3 5s, but that 4 hour chart's got something right here. So that's good to know, right? So just look at it as, if we overshoot this 200 EMA, boom, we lose it. I'll sell on that new low through the 200 EMA. Good way to play it, Marv. Good way to play it. I see we got some gains posted up now. Who posted up some gains? Crackhead Penguin with 219. Biggs coming in silent on vacation. This guy's on the beach. 430, 32% win. Good job, Biggs. Nice. Anyone else? You guys post those profits up, man, if you guys want. Look at Larry Bigby. About time, Biggs, you get off the fucking beach. Shit, man. Summer's over, bud. No white after Labor Day, kid. Marv, here we go with that overshoot, buddy. Here we go with that overshoot, right? So again, if we want to take those profits on that overshoot that we're talking about here, if we do start to overshoot that 200 EMA, see, it's the second time it's kind of bouncing off that 200 EMA here. Let's see if the Bears want to take control of that 200 EMA. It's always like I play stupid games with myself, right? All of these moving averages, they're just battle zones. So I'm like, who's going to win the battle zone, right? Are the Bears going to take control of this battle zone here, this 200, then potentially we're going to come down and fight at the next pit stop here. And if we lose this one, we're going to fight the next pit stop here. It's just my job as a trader to identify these pit stops, these battle zones, and kind of play them accordingly. So if I'm short, I'm thinking about taking profits here, definitely, because it's an area of support. But if the Bears take quick control and we lose a 200 EMA and we overshoot it, I'm gonna take profits into that, right? I'm gonna take profits into that. I'm not gonna wait for it to get all the way down. I'm gonna take profits through this battle zone as we clean up this demand and start to head to the next demand. So I look at it as like, okay, we won this little battle here, but the war's not over. So I don't even want to fight anymore. Like I wanted to win this one and I want to start coming down. I look at it like that. NQ is coming into the 50 on the daily. This is going to be a big day today, guys. If the NQ gives up to 50 on the daily and we start to confirm that, bias is 100% short going forward from here until we reclaim it. Come on, baby. Let's go, Marv. I still got these shorts with you on the NQ here. That first loss screwed me all up on the futures account here. I'm battling back, though, baby. I'm battling back. That first loss took me down $685. I'm currently up 500, 512 on the short. Again, 5 contracts here, but I'm basically going to be broken even on the futures. However, the Nvidia short was amazing, so I'm not really stressing. The first hour lows short on Nvidia, and I sold way too early because I sold into the 200 and it dropped like $2-3 more from that. But like, just to kind of give everyone an idea, if we look, notice the first hour lows on the video, right? Notice the first hour lows. So if I'm going to jump the first hour lows, what's my potential? Here and here, right? So what did I just talk about? Oh, battle zone 1. If we lose it, we go to battle zone 2. I'm going to sell there, right? That's how I looked at it. And then obviously bears continue to win and they're plugging down here to the next one. But so what are you at, Marv? What are you at on the day? You're up. What are you up on the day? Not bad though. Up $150. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Aaron, did you play Nvidia today? Did you play Nvidia, Aaron? NQ on the 5 minutes, it's testing its 5 SMA here. Green taking out red. Someone could use a low of day as a stop and aggressive bounce here. It's about 25-point bounce. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So the zones here, if we look at it, God, when it's like I hate that. I hate that. When you look back in hindsight, it looks so clear, right? But again, realistically, the first 5 minute candle set up, and then from 482 down to 476, that would have been the first initial move, and then it did wash out. But anyways, if we're looking at the 1 hour time frame, right? The 1 hour time frame, so that first 30 minutes here lost, what was that level we were looking at? It lost the 150 simple, right? 150 simple was sitting at 480 50s in that area. Like, my change will always be off, right? Like, don't quote me to the exact penny, because I glance at to the right of the screen so fast. But like, I have 150 SMA at around 180 60s, 180 50s, right? That's this yellow line. Then I'm looking at a 200 EMA, right? 200 EMA, 476.96. I'm looking at a 1 hour time frame, 20-day chart, 1 hour time frame, and then I'm looking at the 200 SMA at around 472.85, 472.85, and my bottom kind of demand is 470.40s. That's my linear regression channel 50. Okay, so those are the 3 levels I was looking at. So for example, on the Nvidia, what I'm looking for is, okay, I missed the initial short off the bell, fine. Do we confirm the first hour lows? Yes, right? That's here, right? That's my 7 a.m. candle. We confirm that. What am I looking to take profits at? Here or here or here, okay? Take your pick. How much do you want to sit in this thing, right? So you can, if you're going to get in short through the first hour lows, maybe you can take off half size here. And if we break it and we go to the next one, you can take off more size here, right? And if you still have runners, see if we get down to the maximum measured potential, which we did. But again, I didn't make it that far. You know, I only made it to the like basically breaking the first level into the second. Anyone see on the NQ how we bounced perfectly off the 200 EMA? So let me do something for you guys. And I only need to have like 1 or 2 people just confirm with me. Just 1 or 2, right? Okay. I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to show you guys something. So notice the first hour candle, right? Let me make this clear. Let me at least get one person to acknowledge that they can see my chart. It looks pretty clear, so I can explain something real quick. Everyone can everyone see this chart? You guys can see these, you know, lines semi-decently. Let me just get, you know, one person to at least confirm so I know I'm not talking to the fucking wall. Okay, so if this is our first hour candle, right? If this is our first hour candle on the NQ, we put in a little bit of a pop, right? I got stuffed, right? Hey, it is what it is, you know, I'm not perfect. So I got stuffed, I got stopped out, fine. Okay, now if this is our first hour lows and this is our first hour highs, look at where we're sitting, right? Anyone see where we're sitting? We're sitting at this yellow line here. Again, some of you newer guys, you're not gonna have all this stuff on your chart, so you don't really know. But this line, this yellow line here, where we stopped on the opening range, is the 150 simple, okay? So what's the thought process? If we missed any type of short, right, because I was thinking long, so I missed it. I'm using myself as an example. I'm not thinking going short yet, right? So what do I need to have happen? I need the first 30 minutes to confirm, and that will be on my second hour candle, okay? So if we lose this here, right, this demand zone, look at the airspace, okay? Look at the airspace, right? A lot of room down. It's not all congested like up here, okay? So it's worth it to take short, right? So this is where I go short. If that's my pivot, this is my second hour candle, it confirms, I go short. Look at where we stopped. Does everyone see this line here, right? Everyone see this line? This is the 200 EMA. As of right now, that's the low of day. That's where we stopped. You can't make this up. We went from one level of demand to the next level of demand. Does it happen all the time? No. Okay, so again, for some of you newer people in the room, or a lot of times I get shit on YouTube about how can you read that spaghetti chart, this, that, and the other. Okay, fine. We have that clear. We have that example clear. Let me use the 200 and the 20. Okay, same scenario. We're trading below the 20 SMA. Here's the first hour lows. Here's our first hour highs. This candle confirms, right? Let's say we get short. Let's say we get short and we go all the way down. How did I know on this chart that I'm going to stop here? How did I know that? I don't know where I'm going to stop. So let's say I did take this for a nice ride. I'm sitting here. I'm happier than shit. I'm smiling. I'm talking shit to people. I'm the best trader in the world. Whoop, here we go. We're coming back up. And now you're wondering, why the hell are we coming back up? Why did I just give away half of my gains? Right? Could we take the lows out? Sure. But again, that's going to scare a lot of traders, and a lot of traders are going to get out. You have no idea as to why it stopped, right? We don't, in this particular case, all we know is the setup. There's our setup. That's all we know. That's our setup. First hour candle, the first hour candle gets confirmed. We take it at the top of the hour. We go short. We have no idea where potentially it can stop, right? I have no idea. If all I know is my 200's down here, I'm asking myself, well, why are we not trading at 15,300? Why are we not trading down here, right? Because that's all I know. That's all I know. So the point being is that this chart that I've built over the years or whatever is such an advantage, because I know here on this chart that if I lose this 150, right, and I confirm the first hour lows, I potentially am going to stop here. So someone could have came in with full intention of, if we lose this area, I'm going to sell into this next area. However, if you just have like a 20 on your chart, or if you you have a VWAP on your chart, you don't even know where you potentially can stop. That's the only point that I'm making. That's why this chart is so powerful. I don't expect you guys to know how to trade it off the bat, right? It's very hard in the beginning, but over time, start adding in another one. You get comfortable, add in another one. And what do I mean by another one? Add in the 20, right? You have to have the 20. Add in your 5, add in your 10, add in the 50, right? Looks pretty clear. Add in the 100. Looks clear. Let's add in a 200. 200 EMA. It doesn't really matter. Over time, if Biggs is still in the room, it was hard as shit for him to understand this in the beginning, but I think over time, he eventually got up to adding all of these moving averages and plays them very fucking good. The same thing with Andre. Plays these levels very, very good. So my bet is, if anyone is using this chart, even if you're taking setups off a 20 SMA, off a 5-minute chart, and you're taking a 20 SMA loss, my bet is going to be that myself, Andre, someone like Biggs, anyone else who's using this chart is going to have a huge advantage over the guy who's just taking the 20 SMA setup, right? So for those of you guys who found me on YouTube, maybe through a futures trading something, or teaching the 20 SMA strategy, it's a great strategy for entries. It gives you a nice solid stop loss on the 5-minute chart. You can legitimately just play that. However, if we really want to expand the full tool belt, and we really want to have a bigger picture idea of where potentially these things can go, I will bet my money that we will make more money each and every single time, because we will know where to potentially sell. Again, did it have to come down here? No, it didn't. It could have stopped anywhere in the middle, but I know that potentially we can come down here. That's all I want to know. Nothing is for certain. I just want to have a little idea of where potentially these stupid things can go, right? Then I can make my educated guess. So I hope that made sense. Again, it doesn't mean for everyone to go rush out and start adding everything on their charts today and get confused. That's not what it means. It just means that over time, if you kind of get into a play and then you get stopped out, or you get into a play and you're kind of wondering, why did it do that? 9 times out of 10, just throw it in the gold members chat, ask somebody, and they'll say, oh, well, we had resistance here at this level. Oh, well, you have this at this level. And then it's like, oh shit, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense why we stopped. But if you don't know, you just think that you're a bad trader. Does that make sense? You just think that you're a bad trader. You're like, well, shit, I'm an idiot for holding too long, or, well, you know. And then that's when you start jumbling around. You start going from strategy to strategy. You start doing weird stuff. Like, that's the thing, guys. Don't do weird stuff. Like, just don't do weird shit. What does that mean? It just means, you know, like, play the charts. That's it. I've said it to the older guys in the room a lot of times. Play the charts, guys. Just, it's like you're in preschool. Paint in between the lines, okay? Paint in between the lines. Hey Marv, look at, I sold the short too, but because I didn't want to give back so much profits. We're already back down here at the bottom, Marv. We're already back down here. Stupid thing. So this thing can, if it starts to lose the lows, 385, yeah, we might have potential to come down to the 50s today. That would put us down on the NQ, maybe down like 180, 190, 200. That'd be a massive red day. But I mean, that's our potential. Hey, look, that honestly, that's the only way. That's the only way, brother. Like it's not to like trust me, man. Like, trust me. Like, when I learned, like, someone needed to sit me down, you know, like a fucking 2-year-old. You know, do this, do that, don't do that. Make it as simple as possible. There is no guesswork in this game. There's no guesswork. It's like, if you don't do this, this is potentially going to happen to you. You know, you keep taking that fork and trying to put it in the fucking socket. Guess what's going to happen? Eventually you're going to get it all the way in and you're going to get shocked. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And what happens? You do it once to figure out, like, does it really shock me? You know, is dad right? Like, am I really going to get shocked? And I guess what happens? You don't fucking do it anymore. Some of us, a little slower than others, and maybe we do it a second time to see if it was for reals the first time, right? Marv, remember we were talking about that level? Was it you? We're talking about that overshoot of the 150. Fuck, we sold a little too early, huh, bud? Yeah, we sold a little too early. Oh yeah, I mean, like, cause it'll help, dude. Like, just trust me. Like, you know, like, I can be a little animated at times because I want it to stick, right? I understand the potential. Like, I'm not saying here that I've been trading for 30 fucking years. I'm not some market expert, but you know, I know enough to like how to be profitable over a series of trades, right? Over a series of trades. And you know, it just, this business is just about repetition, doing shit the right way, right? I mean, anyone will tell you, you know, it doesn't matter in you know, it's repetition, doing it the right way. In understanding that, you know, even when we do it perfect, we're still going to lose. Like, we'll still lose trades. Like, you know, in the moment we understand that, but we don't allow that to affect us mentally, we're good. That's it. Once that clicks, it's a wrap. All you need after that is just capital. All you need after that is just capital. And then you can do this from anywhere, anytime, any day. What else do we got out there? I think things are starting to slow down a little bit. Like, for example, right, in the beginning of the stream, I said Amazon looks great, 137.40s or whatever the hell that price was, right? 137.50s looks great. Never got there, never confirmed, pulled all the way back down, right? What are you going to do about it? But the idea was there, right? Like, if we would have confirmed, why not take our opportunity? Never got there, no trade. Even Tesla, as much as it sunk that first opening 30 minutes, it's still confirmed first hour lows 248. Your next area where you want to take profits 246.65. Even if you took that, you took $1.50 on it. Sold half size, held the runner to the next area of support 245.90s. Took $2. Next area 245.66, another 10 cents, whatever, right? But I mean, you see how that works. Like, just trust it. Like, just trust the charts. Charts will tell you what to do. And then if you're not doing what the charts are telling you, you got nobody to blame but yourself at the end of the day. So if you come to that realization where it's like, you know what, it's not that the market is rigged. I mean, I hate seeing that type of shit. Again, I don't think a lot of my traders say that in here. You know, at least maybe it's because of the way that, like, I teach on YouTube. Like, they're not really, we don't play into that bullshit, right? Market's rigged. Of course the market's fucking rigged. So is everything else, right? So is everything else in life, right? So is everything else in life. You know, nothing's fucking perfect. But what am I going to sit and do? Am I going to cry about it? All right, buddy, take care, my man. You know, I'm not going to sit there and cry about it. Like, let's just try to take advantage of it. Let's just try to take advantage of it. That's why, again, you know, I'm never going to be really on top of the news. I don't really I mean, we knew numbers are coming out today. I got an idea, right? So all I know is that, hey, if market likes whatever news is coming out today, it still needs to do this for me. If market doesn't like it, well, guess what? It's going to have to do this for me. Doesn't really matter, right? Play it on both sides. Up, down, sideways. I don't really care. Anyone else out there got anything they're interested in? What the ES do? Where's my man fucking where's Thunder at? That 40 that who was I talking to about the 4482 level on ES? Who was talking about the ES? 44.82. I gotta go back and look. Oh, it was Aaron. But anyways, the 44.82 area was at 200 SMA. First hour came right down to it. We confirmed anyone trading ES should have been all over the 44.82 short, all over 44.82 short. And if you play the ES and you didn't take 44.82 short, write down a little memo, like a little note on a notepad or something, or type it or whatever. Why didn't you take it? What was the reason why you didn't take the 44.82? You can see the support is here. You can see the first hour stopped here. We had 30 minutes to think about it. So if we didn't take it, why? Whatever that reason is, come in tomorrow and fix that why. Okay? Yeah, I know Sheppy fucking killed it on the down level. I didn't even see how much he took, but or how much he held. But I kind of seen in Discord that 447.80, he's targeting 446. Did we get to the 446, Biggs? We did. Look at this son of a bitch. Look at Sheppy. Guys, Sheppy's also been in the room with me a long time too as well. He's really good at his levels as well. Again, for some of you newer guys, I'm here to just teach what I know, right? And I'm never right all the time. But if Biggs is throwing out levels, I would trust the guy with my account. You know, if Sheppy's throwing out levels, I would, yeah, see, that's the thing. Levels are great. It's just where to sell. Hey, that's on you. That's on the individual trader, right? But his levels are great. So Biggs' levels are great. Sheppy's levels are always great. Andre's really good at his levels as well. These guys have been here with me from the beginning. Like, I will refer to these guys because they've been here for a very, very, very long time. And they all know how to make money in this market. And they've all made money in this market. So for some of you newer guys, if you see them throwing out levels, it's all the same, right? We trade all the same. Sheppy trades a little different variation to where he has his own supply and demand zones marked out, but they're really fucking good though. Because anytime I look at his chart, it's matched up perfectly to what I have on mine. So it's like this, it's like the same shit, right? Like I don't care if someone sat here and told me they trade VWAP. I don't care. If I more than likely have a moving average or some type of pivot point at a VWAP level anyways. I don't really care. You call it tomato, it doesn't really matter. Potato, whatever, right? It's all the same shit. As long as we know where potentially we can get in at and where potentially we're going to stop, that's all we're really looking for. But yeah, selling is a different point. So for also some of you guys too who are newer to the room, if you start to get really good at your levels, right? If you start to get really good at your levels to where like, hey, you know, these levels that I have charted or that I'm watching, they work, but I'm giving back profits or I'm losing or, you know, I'm being stubborn or greedy. Those are internal problems that we need to work at. That has nothing to do with the market. It has nothing to do with your strategy. It has nothing to do with levels. That's the problem that 90% of traders need to work with, right? So the problem that most traders need to work with, confidence, identifying the setup and just taking it and going with it, okay? The next one is letting runners run, right? So getting in on the right spot, but just snatching profits too quick because we're so happy that we're profitable that we just snatch them too fast, right? And then now it forces you to chase later because you mentally know that you were already in on that move and you're giving away money. That's another problem. And then the other problem is greed. You get into the right level, you're making money, and you're just holding and holding and holding and thinking that you're going to make millions of dollars on one fucking trade. And then it just goes all the way back against you. Those are the three major problems: confidence, greed, snatching profits too quickly. Focus on whichever problem that you have. You're going to be an absolute monster. We can teach anyone how to do what the hell we're doing when we're looking at the levels. Fear. Yeah. So fear, I would say, is the, you know, the confidence. That's going to fall into the confidence category, because if you're not really confident, either you're snatching profits too quickly or you don't have the confidence to actually take the setup because you're in fear of losing, right? So, but again, it's trading is it's probability. So something can look perfect, but it doesn't even necessarily mean that it's going to work. Like, it just because it looks great doesn't mean that it's going to work. It's just we have probabilities a little bit more in our favor over 10 trades, over 20 trades, right? But if you look at it on a trade by trade basis, this one could work, this one could not, right? Then we can go on a hot streak where we win fucking 5 in a row. I mean, you know, you ask Andre about hot streaks, the kid hasn't fucking lost in almost a month and a half. I mean, the kid's been fucking green every day, right? Like, I don't think he's posted anything yet. I don't even know if he's in the room still. Andre, are you in the room? Did you take anything today? Like, you know, I mean, you can get on a hot streak like that. And if you're on a hot streak, you just, whatever's working, you just keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. You know, like whatever's working. And then it's like, next thing you know, you're looking back a month and a half later and you're like, holy shit, I haven't even had a red day. I mean, you guys can go back. Yeah, yeah, must be nice, dude. Must be nice. You're at the pool already, Larry? It's fucking 7 o'clock over here, dude. You got a beer? Larry, you got a beer? This guy, man. Oh, yeah, you guys are chilling at the pool. Yeah, you've been on vacation, brother, all fucking summer, my man. Must be nice, dude. I'm over here slaving away. Andre, too. Guy's at the damn pool. He's over there at the coffee shop, waving at all the waitresses, drawing them funny little pictures on his coffee cups. Must be nice. Must be nice. Yeah, man, we're getting the crew. We gotta get them strong, man. Gotta get them strong. More money for them is more money for me. More money for me, more money for you guys. Faster you guys can identify it. I've made money off of Andre's callouts. I've made money off of your callouts. I've made money off of Sheppy. I've made money off of, you know, numerous people that have been in the room, right? Like, when you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. Like, so that's the thing, right? Some of you guys have understood levels that I'm taking and able to profit a little bit. So that's what it's all about. Like, if you have a crew that knows what you're looking at, and you guys are on the same levels, you're using the same, you know, you have the same expectations, you know, it could be real powerful, right? Real powerful. I'm telling you guys, like, we can take this market for everything it fucking has, you know, not literally, but like, you guys, we can take this market for a lot of fucking cash. NQ still kind of holding out down here, down this 200. Well, I'm just going to start scanning stocks and kind of seeing like what's what. Nothing on Amazon. I'm looking at the hourly chart, guys. So again, once we get after that first, once we start getting out of the first, here's another thing for new guys. Once we start getting out of like that first 30 minutes and the first hour of the open, you know, has passed, what I'm mainly going to do now is start looking at hour charts. Okay. I'm going to start looking at hour charts and what looks good. Then from there, I can go to my 5-minute and see if I can actually find something. So from there, I can see, you know, what's actually going on the hourly chart. I can go to my 5-minute and I can kind of see, you know, what are we looking for? Okay, you know, so like Amazon, if we lose the day's lows, I might be considered, right? If we lose it at this day's point. But I'm just going to go through some charts and just kind of see what looks good. You know, like right now I would be looking at, you know, Tesla into tomorrow below 245 if this thing still wants to continue to soak down and we got room to 240. So like 245, you know, I'll take a mental snapshot of that. Same thing with Nvidia, you know, below today's lows. If we never make a new low today, then this becomes my pivot for tomorrow, which will be 468, right? So 468. If we let's say Nvidia, right? Let's say Nvidia loses 468 in 2 hours. I'll consider taking a short position on that. Why? I'm already looking at it. It's below all the levels of demand. You know, if I look at the day, then might look at the daily, right? The daily's got room down to like 462. So there's potential still left in Nvidia to pull back. So that'll be a level, right? I might as well just like kind of put this in now. Put this level now. So like 468.29 will be watching on the video. So again, for the newer guys, when some of you guys see me post this kind of stuff in the watch list, like 468.12 short, why am I looking at 468.12? Look at it. It looks good. Like if it confirms this price on a new candle, we potentially have some room there. So that's just how you read the chart. It's just like bring your eyes to that level because there's something going to happen there. QCOM. Yeah, QCOM's another one. Hourly chart. You know, that was a nice confirmation on the first hour lows. 115 down to it's like 30 cents, but anyways, yeah, it has room down to 115.50s. That's another one too. That Apple got crushed today. $5 on Apple is like $15 on Tesla. For anyone out there wondering, that's a huge move. $5 on Apple, almost 3%. Yeah, that's like $15 on Tesla. That's huge. That even might be like 20 points. I mean, it takes, you know, it takes a massive wave to move Apple $5. That's crazy. But anyways, Apple on the daily, right? So like anything below today's lows on Apple, 183 has room down to, I mean, I would say like 183.50s on Apple tomorrow or this week or next week has room down to 181, 180. But again, this is also a good bounce spot for the bulls, so we got to kind of wait on Apple now, right? Like I definitely wouldn't be looking to chase Apple down $5. Nothing on Meta. Nothing on Google. Maybe Google tomorrow or at a later hour below 134.50s. I haven't really liked the way that Google has moved as of late. I just feel like it just moves funny. But again, 134.50s on Google, guys, is yesterday's lows as well as Friday's lows. That's a big spot too. Any type of bounce and then we lose 134.50s on Google. That's a good short. Again, you know, we give it some tight risk, but 134.50 on Google. 59.78. That Square pivot from yesterday is like the only pivot that confirmed to the long side. 50. What did I have? Oh no, it didn't even make it. Never mind. Oh yeah, it did. 59.20s. It went for 50 cents. Again, $50 stock. Little baby stock. What else do we got? Futures, guys. I mean, Marvin made a little scratch today. Cody made a little scratch today. Any other futures guys in here make some scratch? That 82 level on ES is money. Damn it. Where's our guy? Where's our guy Thunder at? He's been taking 5 points off this thing every day for a week. Where's Thunder at? Anyone got eyes on Thunder? I wonder if he even traded today. He's not online. Let's see what it did on the 5 minute. If there was clean setups on the 5. Opening candle. I wonder if he took that though. Anyways, that was a pretty good move on that. What else we got, guys? We got anything else out there? Anyone watching anything? Any eyes? What the hell happened to Andre? Kids at the coffee shop already? What happened to him? All right, brother. Have a good one, Marv. Just got back. Look at this fucking guy. Did you play anything today? Or nah? Sitting on the hands? What did we do today? Nothing yet. Tesla's down here at this linear regression on a 5 minute chart. 245, yeah. You're gonna need a bounce. I would like to see Tesla bounce and then lose it. Like that's a play for me like tomorrow, but it's down 10 points today. I mean, maybe you know, Bollinger Band's sitting at 242. Maybe that might be potential on Tesla to the downside. If it starts to lose 245, maybe we can take a $1.50 into 242. What else do we got out there? NQ's making a new low of day, guys. NQ could wash out to like 320s, 330s if it starts to give up this 50-day moving average. There it goes. So this 200 EMA is trouble here. This 200 EMA is trouble. It keeps testing and then bouncing, testing and bouncing, testing and bouncing. So our new low of day on the NQ is around 375. 375 is the new low of day on the NQ, but this 200 EMA is definitely trouble. Sam, did you take any trades today? I can't remember if you took anything today. You know, one twice. Yeah, we got fucked on the long. This like right away. Is that the one you're talking about? You didn't short at all today. You only went long. All right, Sam. So I in 2 days I've already identified your problem. How much loss did you take on that? Now you shorted. You shorted just right now. Sam, you're short right now. Oh, you've been since 417. Where's 417 at? Right in here. Does that put you green though? Like, does that put you green or no? Probably not, right? Yeah. Huh. What are we chasing, Sam? What are we chasing? We're down how much chasing what? Right? So like how much are you down and what do we need to break even? You're still trading those mini contracts, huh? Sam, I think I figured out your problem though. I know you only been here a couple days. Yeah, for one thing, tomorrow trade micros, please. Like let's just trade micros for a week. Maybe you get something here, Sam, but let's trade micros for a week and let's try to wait longer than like right off the bell. Like I feel like you, as soon as the bell opens, you want to take whatever's moving. The first move, right? Like you're overly trying to like get in right now. Let's just be a little bit more patient. Because if we would have, like, even myself, right? If I would have just been patient and just kind of waited for the first 30 minutes, this short position would have been so clear to me. I would have just taken this down. We would have both, on the future side of things, been up crazy. But we jumped that first long, right? We jumped the first long and we got smashed on it. And then I had to come back and try to like break even on the short. But let's be a little bit more patient, I would say, the rest of the week, right? What is today? Today Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Let's be a little bit more patient and let's just trade micros. I understand you've got the $3,000 drawdown over there at Top Step, but again, like we can't afford to, we can afford to have 2 days like today and then we're out, right? The whole goal is, we want to be in this game. We don't want to be wiped out on just a few trades, because if we really look at it, what we might potentially get wiped out in 3, 4, 5 trades. We need at least 20. We need at least 20 to see if we're even going to do something about it, right? I know yesterday you battled back a little bit, which was good, but again, like we don't want to do this to ourselves to where we're so eager to like play just because the market's open. Like let's wait a little bit longer, kind of let things set up. I'm hoping that we can get this confirmation here for you down through the 75s. That might really honestly have potential like to the 50s. And if that's the case, I would sell on the first low of the break. Are you trading one contract, or how many contracts are you in currently? You're in at around 17s, right? That's what you said, 17s. So 17s, you're up about, I don't know, 30 points. Are you how much? You're up about 37 points or 47 points? I can't tell. 80, that's 20. You're up around 37 points. Yeah, 700. So you've crawled back half of it. If we can break the 75s, maybe it potentially can go. But I do want you to understand, this has been holding, right? So look at it. It comes down, it bounces, it comes down, it bounces, come down, it bounces. If it doesn't break this, it's going to bounce back. And if it bounces back, you're looking at, you know, giving back 20 points from here. Because normally for me, where we're at right now, where you're up 20 points, 25 points, 30 points, this is like a great profit taking. Like if let's say, for example, you didn't take any losses today, shit, up $700, bye, I'm done. I'm at the beach, right? Like I'm done already. So the only reason I feel like we're holding this position right now is because we're down. That's not the way to really do it. So I'm really rooting for you right now that we do get a little bit of a washout here, but this is like kind of like close to where we need to be thinking about taking profits on this NQ short, right? I know, yeah, new lows, like try to squeeze it, but again, you know, your initial bounce back is going to be back into the 90s, so it'll be back into 92. So I'm hoping you can get something here where you can kind of like get that itch to want to sell, you know. Just took 900 now. There you go. So you're out now. Nice trade. Or Sam, here's another idea. The trades, like let's say the setups that you get within the first 30 minutes, how about we play micros on those, so in case we're wrong, the loss is very small. Then time is going to pass, right? Time will pass, and then when we see things start to set up a little bit better, we can then go to the mini, because the market's not going to be moving as fast. Ranges will be a little bit slower, right? Yeah. Okay. Just, yeah, just as long as like we weren't just like holding the long and like hoping that it came back. As long as that's not the problem, that's fine. We can work with that. Um, but yeah, maybe that's a game plan too, right? So like maybe the first trade or two that you take of the day, something within that first 30 minutes, maybe you start off playing micros. Yeah, maybe the you're not going to make $900 on trading a few micros, but you know, if you can make a couple $100 or $100. Okay. Gotcha. That long, I mean, the long play looked good too. I mean, like even when I look back at it, it looked perfect. Yeah. Uh, kind of risky. Kind of risky because if you were to short here, if you were to short here and this bounces into the 90s, you're giving up 20 points. So you're immediately going to be down 20 points before it even has a chance. I mean, look at your potential is like 40 in the 40s on the NQ. So it's definitely 20, 30 points down. But if you take it and it bounces, right? Like even if it just bounces just to get rejected to go down to the 40s, it's going to put you like in another $500-800 worth of drawdown. Like I would need to see a whole new setup happen. Because right now this is like we're just chasing. Because here's a reverse look, right? So if you want to short now, then why not go long, right? I'll just play devil's advocate. Why not go long and use the low of day as a stop? It's the same amount of risk because this move can literally go 50-50. It can go 20 points down, it can go 20 points up. So you're making the case for the short. Okay, well, I'll play devil's advocate. I'll make a case for the long. Let me use the low of day as a stop, and I'll give myself 25 points risk to the downside playing up, and you would be giving yourself 25 points risk to the downside playing. Yeah, exactly. Like if it breaks this low at 64s, I mean, this one down here is the Bollinger Band. So the red line was just the previous day's low, that 375. Like I can take it off, but that's irrelevant now. You know, your new low of day is like 63s. 63s on the NQ is the lows now. Yeah, I mean, if it gives it up, it has room to the 40s. Again, like who am I, right, to say that it doesn't go to the 40s? Yeah. Yeah. But it's like this, Marv. The only way you know is if you take the trade, right? So I I'm just not confident in playing a mini contract. Like test it, play a micro, play 2 micros, right? Like just test your theory. Do we get down into the 340s? Andre's got us on a daily level here down to 312. Do we get down there, right? And if we don't, okay, if we do, whatever, scrape, you know, 80 bucks, 100 bucks off of it. That's what I would look at. How to play micros? It's you have to go to the ticker symbol MES. So instead of playing the ES, type in MES, like search it, MES. Or excuse me, MNQ. We're talking about Nasdaq. So MNQ, right? That's what you're gonna play. MNQ. That's playing micros. The NQ is minis. So yeah, like play micros. You're not gonna have to worry about play MNQ. That's micros. Play MNQ. Yeah, like if you're wrong 20, 30 points, you're not going to be worried about being down 500. Like you're worried about being down like 80 bucks. And like you can kind of crawl your way back on that. And like I would kind of do that the majority of the time until you get back to break even on your account. I'd kind of like my personal opinion is I would kind of stay away from trading NQ and only trade MNQ until you're back to break even on that account. Did you find the MNQs? Yeah. You know, play 2 or 3 of those things. Just like play 2 or 3 of those things for like your next, I don't know, 10 trades. Because what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to not be in such big a drawdown when we're wrong. They're just different contract expiration dates. It doesn't really matter. Cody, you take Biggs's QCOM. Told you this guy's a beast, man. What did QCOM do? Did it pan out? Attaboy, Biggs. Look at Biggs. Big sniper shot, huh, Biggs? What the hell's wrong with this chart? Come on, man. Biggs, you got support on QCOM 11460s? Hey, there you go, Cody. Yeah, Biggs plays a lot of common shares as well. You know, nickel and dime, nickel and dime, nickel and dime. Any way we can take money off the markets, we take money out of the markets, right? Low risk. Biggs, you got support like around 115 or what, excuse me, 11450s, 11460s. Amazon testing low of day here. Amazon confirming previous hours lows, has room down on Amazon. Doesn't have a lot of room down. Maybe it has 50 cents into next support, but again, if sized correctly, can maybe make a little bit of cash there. Contracts are relatively cheap. Let's get this market to go down a little bit, huh? Yeah, 11450s yesterday's low. All right. There you go, Biggs. There you go. Piecing together a day, right, Biggs? What do we say? Piece together a day. Little trade here, little scratch there. That ES short was beautiful. That thing never even looked back. Google looking to confirm that low of day. 134.50s. Yesterday's lows. I like Google through yesterday's lows. 134.50, maybe into 133.50. There's about $1 room into next support on a daily time frame. So we noticed that here, got rejected up here at the linear regression, pulled back to the 5. Yesterday really, didn't do anything. And today we tested yesterday's highs on Google, came all the way back down to the bottom here. We do have room to like 133.60s on Google. Like even if the market does push higher, I could see that happening first. Like why would we stop here in the middle of nowhere and then go higher? It just doesn't make a lot of sense to stop right here, to hold this when support's here. I might take a low risk swing trade overnight on Google just because it moves so damn slow. But if it gives up yesterday's lows, 134.50 has $1 down. Kind of see how this plays out today. Let's see how it plays out. Marv, if you're still in the room, like what you can do playing these micro contracts, you can like take 2 of them, right? We came down into this linear regression. We never really put in a low. We've got the 200 sitting here at 34s. You can kind of use like a low of day stop for like a little bit of a bottom fish here. Again, not playing minis, play the micros, but like I've taken these plays before because they're low risk. They're low risk. So basically, we would use something like 435 as a stop, right? Like 435 as a stop and just sit long, like just sit long. So like what the thought process is that we put in a big low, we consolidated, right? We put in a new low, and now we're building another floor. If we use this as a stop, just kind of just sit long and see if it wants to continue to bounce from here. And if we just lose the previous 5-minute low, we just get the hell out for a very, very small loss. Yeah, there's some potential bounces on a lot of stocks, guys. Even though they look good short tomorrow, you can get those potential bounce spots here on the stocks that have been like treading down. So like what Biggs is saying, it's the same kind of idea, thought process as that NQ short or NQ long. You can use like 183.50s, 183.40s as a stop and just kind of sit long on Amazon. I like that, Biggs. I'm gonna tail you on that. I do like that. Just because of Apple, it's down so much in the day that even if it just crawls back a little bit, we can make some money. Yeah, off the daily support. That daily, 50 EMA. We got a 50 EMA there. We've also got a 10 SMA. Yeah, so the thought process might be a little bit of a little bit of a dead cat intraday bounce today. Maybe we can squeeze a little something back up to the upside and then kind of get out. And then tomorrow, any loss through today's lows looks good short, right? So maybe we can get a little scratch back here on Apple on a little potential dead cat bounce. Same thing on the video. Same thing on the video. I'm going to take an attempt on the video as well. $466.40s would be my stop loss on the video. So what I would do now is start marking out all my day's lows, right? And one thing that I want to mark out on these day's lows is I want to look for these type of candles where there's really not a lot of follow through after a big down move, could signify a little short-term change in trend for a potential bounce with low risk stops at the low of day. Again, this is a little bit aggressive, but you know, I do look for these things a lot. So we're getting that bounce there. Marv, did you see how, you know, this candle took out the previous little small indecision candle, could have went long at around the 60s, currently trading in the 75. That's a quick little 15-point bounce there. You know, that's, you know, how you kind of play these for on the option side. You know, obviously the ranges are a little bit different, but it's the same kind of thought process. Look for an extended move, right, in one direction. Look for some type of a reversal candlestick with a clear bottom, and then use the lows or just right under the lows as a stop, and then just kind of sit, right? Like just kind of sit. So like 183.50s would be a stop out on Apple to the, if we took it long. Same thing like on this Nvidia, right? 466.40s. You know, green candle taking out red, kind of use the low as a stop, kind of play this back in to see if it wants to start challenging some of these moving averages here. And obviously if it loses the low of day, you got to just get the hell out. But Apple confirming its 20 SMA to the long side here. It's got a floor at 245. So the 245 area short on Tesla going forward, set an alert. Don't have to short today. Whenever it starts to take out 245, definitely could take that short. But then to the long side, I'd be looking for the 245 to act as support and then kind of play this bounce up maybe to like 249, get $1, $2 off this thing. And if it does lose the lows, then we know we have to get out because that short position is setting up. I like Tesla as well. A little bit of a bounce here. I like Tesla as well. A little bit of a bounce. 240, 247.50s. 247.50s, guys. That's how you can kind of look to play these bounces on exhaustion moves. We've had a hell of a move down today. You know, even if things are going to continue to trend down tomorrow or to end the week, it's not going to be straight down, right? You're going to get a little bit of a bounce. So this is how potentially you can add a tool to your tool belt where you're kind of looking to play reverse trend, but with small risk. Like we're not going to go load up, you know, 100 contracts. We're not going to go, you know, try to swing for a $10 move on these things. We just want to play a little quick dead cat bounce where we can get in for a little bit of risk. for some of you newer guys, do you kind of see the thought process on the potential bounces? You know, I mean, they might work, they might not, but there's technically a reason that we can take them or at least try them. Again, small size, very small size. We're not trying to do nothing crazy. It's definitely against the trend. Trend's down today, right? So that NQ bounce here. Now we're on the third candle push higher. Our next supply is around 400. If we can get this Apple into 184.50s would be fantastic. And if you can get the NASDAQ futures into 400 would be great. There's that push almost into the 400s on the NQ, so into the 90s. So again, when we identify that we've got a little bit of a low here with no continuation, we take this candle, would have been 815 candle long, somewhere around 65s, you would have been in it. This is a 30-point bounce. This is where I would think about taking profits off, right, on that bounce, on the NQ. Just because of the fact that you don't want to see it, you know, drop, consolidate, drop, dead cat bounce, and then not take profits off here on the bounce, and then have it come back down to make a new low. So, you know, you always want to protect yourself by, you know, understanding that you're playing against a trend. You're just kind of looking for like a little piece of that pie. We had a very small risk here, play that bounce into the 20 SMA, and then take those profits off. And then if you have a runner, you know, see, what do we do when we get to the 20? Do we confirm? Because if we confirm, then we would be looking at like 420s as the next area of resistance. Like to see Apple get over that 184. Biggs, are you playing common shares or options on Apple? All of them, Sam. All of them. I've got all of them, and I'm not looking to play all of them. I'm just looking for, normally when we get over the 20, the 200, or the 5 and 10, I want to see gaps. So like I don't want to trade when like they're super tight to each other, because I want them to clear it out. So like for example, Marvin, do you notice here, look at this purple line, this is the 20 SMA. Okay, notice how there's a big gap here, right? Can we see that? See how there's a big gap here? Yeah, so like I want space, right? So like if we can clear out the 20, put in a high, back test and hold a 20, there's a lot of space here. So this interests me, you know, obviously over the 200 interests me. And then below the 5, right? This green one below the 5 has room back down to the low of day. So like I want gaps, but like notice here, right? The red, the blue, the yellow, the orange. I don't want to be trading in between that. There's not enough space for me. So notice how like on this NQ, right? Notice how on the NQ, if this is the reversal candlestick that I was looking at, right? There was no continuation follow through on the low. I would be looking at this candle to bounce, but because we're confirming the 5, I know that I have room from the 5 to the 10. Look where this candle stopped. I had room over the 10 into the 20. Look where this candle stopped, right? So you want to play in between. You want space, right? So like the more space you have, the bigger the better the odds are that it might go in your favor. But like when it's like this, you know, this is tough. Like all of that's tough. So like we want to avoid it. So like even though I have these on here, these are irrelevant for me right now. Like everything up here is irrelevant for me. The only real thing that I'm focusing on right now is the 5, 10 and 20 day moving average and the day's low. So these 3 moving averages is all I'm focusing on right now, because these are the 3 moving averages that are in play. So yeah, so like if we do break over the purple and we close over it, if we get the next candle to start confirming the high price, then yes, it would interest me, yes. But again, you would have to look to the left of the chart. Where's the last resistance? So the last resistance, because our next moving average is up here, we do have this price action where we were rejected before the drop. So in that particular case, and when you're analyzing that, maybe we have room, right? Like maybe we have room in here. Like I would be targeting that. That'd be halfway in between these 2 moving averages. Again, you know, that's a price of like 400 to like 418. So there might be like 10, 15 points in here max. Again, like at this stage of the day, you know, with the down move already, we're not going to get a whole lot of tremendous moves to the upside. You know, we're really not. Or to the downside, really. A lot of it is just continuation to the downside or dead cat bounces to the upside. But like if you notice, like at the beginning of the day, right? Look at the 7 a.m. candle on a 5-minute time frame. Look at all this crap, right? So I'll just make this a quick point. Look at all of this crap. Look at all these moving averages all over. They're stacked all over. Price doesn't know what it wants to do. It was up, down, up, down, up, down, right? We obviously got trapped here on the up. But notice how when you have space, right? Look at the blue line. So notice how when we cleared out all of this price action and we had space, it really dropped, right? Like it really was significant. So like what we want is space. We want it's called measured potential, right? Like so we want to know what our potential could be. you know, like on this bounce, is this just a dead cat bounce to lose this area for a short? There might be a position there short, you know, but if we hold it, it's always an if game, right? Because if we hold it and we clear the purple line, which is the 20 SMA, we can continue to the upside. But if we don't, and we start losing this 10-day moving average and we close below it, well, our potential would be here, right? At this point in the game, it's all scalps. Like, Bollinger Bands are contracting as well on the 5-minute time frame. So notice how they're getting tight, right? These are going to continue to get tight. So what's going to happen is there's going to be an explosive move to the upside or back down to the downside. But whichever way, as these Bollinger Bands continue to contract, right, and price action keeps trading along, whichever way we break is the side that you're going to want to really be on for a little bit of a move. I would say maybe within the next 3 to 4 candles, you know, we would expect these to continue to go. Yeah, Biggs, I'm up well, I'm at 20 contracts because they're so cheap, but 7.5%, 8.5%, which is not a bad deal. I'm gonna honestly probably take half size off, to be honest. Good bounce there on that, Biggs. Good bounce there. So we're coming right into that 20 SMA on the 5-minute time frame on Apple. Good hammer candle here on the 1 hour, right? So, you know, truly the 1 hour has room to like 185. Our 5 minutes at supply now. So again, yeah, if you want to take off majority of your size and just kind of hold that runner for potential of like a 185 test at some point in time, that would be good. Apple really needs to clear out this 20 SMA. The same thing on Apple with the Bollinger Bands getting extremely tight. So, you know, this move does not have to continue to the upside. It could break down, but anything below, you know, 183.96, I probably wouldn't want to be long anymore. Yeah, 20 contracts, Biggs. These things are cheap. What are we doing here? They're cheap. What strike prices did you take? I'm in the 182.50s. They're only trading about like 100. I don't know at the time. Like, I don't know. I have to look at my orders. Let me see. They were trading at $200 around a pop. For 182.50, so that's going to put me in the money. So if it did bounce, right, which we did get a little bit of a bounce, I want to get that move, right? So 220 they're trading at around $2.18, $2.20 when I bought them, and then I sold them for close to like $2.38. So again, not much, right? Like I only made like it's a small bounce, relatively small bounce. So I only made like maybe, you know, $15 a contract, right? Like, yeah, 182.50s, 15, less than $20 a contract. So $15 a contract. So let's put this into perspective. If I had one contract, yeah, there you go. I had close to 4,000 worth. So it's like the same thing. Like it's, you know, if you had one contract, you're up 15, $20. Nah, doesn't really seem like a winner, right? But if you start stacking these things, you have 10 of them, well then hey, $15 a contract is really fucking good. That's about $150, you know? It's really good. But I do need Apple to hold though. I don't want to see this thing lose, you know, 183.90s. If it does, I'll just get out. I'd like to see it just continue to push a little bit here up to the upside. I don't know if it's gonna do that. Market's so fucking weak today. The futures, the Qs, they can't get over their 20 on the 5. They need to get over the 20 on the 5. Come on, baby, push it. These Bollinger Bands are starting to widen up here again, so we might get that move here. Attaboy, Biggs. I don't know if it's gonna go. I doubt it. That's probably the end of it. Yeah, that's probably the end of it. I would need to see it pop. And we're also coming into lunch hour too, so it's probably the end of the road there on that. It's just, I mean, it's not like a chop zone. It's just, you know, it's just price actions drying up, volumes going away. Like the moves have been put in. Like we're only looking for two things on the NQ. It needs to close over the 20 SMA and confirm. There's a play. It needs to lose 15.377 and confirm. That's a play. That's, other than that, there's nothing here. And again, you're treating it as a scalp, 10, 15 points max. Like you're really not trying to capture much. If it goes 50 points in that direction, fine, but like we're not really expecting that. I'd like to see it get over the 20 and close over this 20 and confirm. Then that would give me more confidence that we're going to continue to the upside. But you can see the last 3 candles here, almost 4 candles, we're just pausing here at this 20 SMA, which is that purple line. We're just kind of stuck right here. So I need this candle to close over, and I need a new candle to open up and take out the highs. I need to get over, you know, I need to get over the highs here. But if we lose this one here, right, 380s, if we lose 380s and close below 380s, and the next candle confirms short, then we have room down here to the 50s again. So what are we going to do? You know, like I'd like to see it just push higher, because obviously I'm sitting in long on some things, but again, you know, it's probably going to, they're having trouble, like is what I'm saying, because to look at going long here, we're going against the day's trend. So like we caught a little meat on the bone, but I mean, that's a tough ask, you know, that's a tough ask. Like I could see everything putting in a new low of day today, to be honest. Biggs, what'd you make on the apples? Did you post it? So notice how like on the NQ, right? We started from a very narrow space here between the 20 and the 200. We had those lows. This was definitely a short position. And then we consolidated. We put in a new low. Now we've back tested this 20 SMA and getting rejected here. So this is nothing more than like a continuation to the downside on a macro picture, right? Is it going to happen right now, like short now? Like I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that if we, you know, we can't really get back above it, we could be going lower. You know, this is just like a little bit of a bear flag to go back down. It would have to get over this price here to invalidate that bear flag. So, guys, I'm going to go run out and I'm going to grab a coffee real quick. This price action is too slow for me. We're also coming into that New York lunch hour. So, you know, be patient, right? Be patient. Again, the trend is down today. If you are going to take a long, it better be a scalp. You better have a damn good reason why you're taking the long. Either we're coming off of the floor or we've reconfirmed the 20 SMA at least, right? Give yourself a 1 bar stop. You know, again, if you're green on the day, whether you're green $10 or $10,000, you know, whatever, right? You don't have to sit here and trade all day. If we're still down a little bit and we're still red, you know, again, like unless you see something setting up, we have another day tomorrow. But I need to go get a coffee. I'm fucking parched. I'm still gonna kind of leave this apple on the screen here. I still have some, right? Yeah, later, bro. I'll be around if anything else pops up, but um I'm just gonna hold these apples. I'm just gonna hold these apples. You know, we'll see what it wants to do. Maybe I can just leave the NQ chart on the screen. All right, guys, I'll be back. I'll be back in a little bit. If you guys are playing futures or you're playing options that are tech related, if you want to see any follow through to the long side, futures need to get over this white line. They need to get over this white line. They need to close. I'll kind of just leave this on the screen. We would need to close over this 20 SMA and then confirm we've got a gap to fill into the 200. But again, you know, momentum's down. If we do lose the low of day, you might have a little bit of a scalp there very quickly. And I'll see you guys all in a little bit.